welcome to my YouTube channel YK Sri Sai. So today we'll discuss the chapter functions of class 12. So in function basically we'll go to the definition of the function which you already have studied. See, function is basically a subset of Cartesian product. That is, it is a relation basically. So by definition we can say a function, let A and B be two non-empty sets, a subset f of A cross B is said to be a function from A to B if for all x belong to A there exists a unique element y belonging to B such that x comma y ordered pair belongs to f. We can write this one as a function f from A to B. So basically we can see that a function is a relation. Okay, the difference between the relation and the function is, for function every element of set A has one and only one image in set B. So basically there should be an image for the elements of A and that too for all elements of A. But it is not necessary for elements of B to have a pre-image. This is the function. We will discuss diagrammatically after going the theory definitions. Now next we will come to types of the function. We will come for one function, or it is also called as injective function. A function f from A to B is said to be a one function or an injective function if the images of distinct elements of A, that is set A, under the function f are distinct. That means every element of A should have the distinct images in set B. It is not necessary for the elements of B to have the pre-images in A. So it means the elements of A should have distinct images in B. That is said to be one function. Now if you come to many-one function, it is very easy to understand in comparison to one. The function which is not one is many-one. It means more than one element of A is mapped to same element of B. Then that becomes many-one. So simply to understand, after understanding one is, the function which is not one is many-one. So we got what is function, what is one or injective function, what is many-one function. Now we will go to the next one, onto function or surjective function, which is very important in functions part. This is also a function f from A to B is said to be onto function if every element of set B is the image of some element of set A under the function f. Okay, so another way of putting it is, distinct elements of A have distinct images in set B. Similarly, distinct elements of B have distinct pre-images in A. So it means from A to B it is a function and B to A also it is a function. Also you can compare and understand all onto functions are one functions, but all one functions may or may not be onto functions. Now coming to the next part, that is bijective functions. Here bijective function is a function f from A to B is said to be a bijective function if it is both one and onto. And similarly we can also note here one more thing, that all bijective functions are invertible functions. So which we will be studying in the next exercise. For this exercise in functions, we need to know what is a function, what is one function, what is many-one function, what is onto function and bijective function. So after completing your first exercise, we will be studying functions, and under this we need these basic things. Now similarly now we will go and study this in diagrammatically. This is theoretical part. Now for going for diagrammatical part, I am first going to erase this one. Okay, we will go one by one. Now you know function means we can compare set A and set B in the Venn diagram. If from A to B is a function or not a function, we can see if you consider elements A, B, C in set A, 1, 2, 3, 4 in set B. If you want to call this as one function, then we should know that every element of set A should have the images in set B. That is distinct images. You can say 1 can have an image 2, B 1, C is 4. Now you can note that all the elements of A have distinct images in B. But you can see here in B there is an element 3 which has no pre-image. So it is one function. Now when we come to the next one, A to B is a function, and if you want to call this function as many-one, See, we consider same elements A, B, C. Here inside B 1, 2, 3, 4. Now many 1. A relation is said to be function if all the elements have A have one and only one image. So I can say A has a image 2, B also has a image 2. Now A and B have only one image. That is, we can say f of A has image 2, f of B also image 2. So A also has one image, B also has one image. But the difference here is you can say C has a image 4. Now A, B, C, all the three have the images and unique images, one for each image. It is a function. But why it makes it many one function is more than one element of A is mapped to same element of B. Therefore many to one. Therefore it's a many one function. And you can also note here, if you write this function in terms of ordered pairs, it becomes A, 2, B, 2, C, 4. Now, all these first elements belongs to A and second elements belong to B. 3 has no pre-image, 1 has no pre-image. Still, it is a function because all the elements of 3 have. If you want to study in terms of this function, you can see no two distinct ordered pairs should have same first element to be called function. Here A, B, C, 3 all having only once, it is not repeated. But you can see second element has been repeated in first two ordered pairs. Therefore, it is a many one function. So, here distinct elements have distinct images, but distinct elements don't have distinct pre-images. 2 has two pre-images and 1 and 2 have no images, pre-images. Therefore, it is many one function. Now, next coming to onto function, we can consider same A and B be true sets. A having elements A, B, C, B having elements 1, 2, 3. Now, a function from a relation from A to B is said to be a function if distinct elements of A have distinct images in set B and distinct elements of B have distinct pre-images in A. Therefore, it is onto function. Also, you can note here, onto function is also called as surjective function, and one function is also called as injective function. Now, all onto functions are one functions because one function definitely should have distinct elements, should have distinct images. So you can note here f of A is having image 1, f of B is having f of A has image 2, f of B has image 1, f of C has image 4. So all first elements are not repeated, all second elements also not repeated. Now similarly you can see here f of A is 1, f of B, f of A is 2, f of B is 1 and f of C is equal to 3. Distinct elements have distinct images, distinct images have distinct pre-images. So A to B is a function and B to A is also a function. So we can note also one thing, that is all onto functions are one functions, but all one functions may or may not be onto functions. Now we have one more important definition, bijective function. So we are studying in the definition that a function which is both one and onto is said to be a bijective function. Now this is a bijective function because it's both one and onto, and also one more thing to notice, all bijective functions are invertible. So this is the basics of types of function which we have in class 12 of NCERT. Thank you, and I like you to subscribe my channel by K. Sri Sai.